Good afternoon, I'm your host, Khalil, the host of the Khalil Sports Bar, live right here at Lee's, Virginia, Loudoun County area. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get you guys to the big storyline. James Harden has been finally, guys, wish granted this as he has been traded to the Nets. By the way, part of a massive team trade offer. By the way, I will definitely get you guys to that. It means for the Nets as and whether or not they'll become legit contenders. By the way, to the NBA Finals, I'll get you guys to that for sure. I'll talk with you guys about the fact the Lakers are taking on the Thunder. Urban Meyer and the Jags are in talks for the new coaching position. I'll talk to you about the AEW New Year's Smash Night 2 results. Also the fact that MSK, Wesley, and Carter. By the way, they're known as MSK, but you guys know it's the Rascals. They got their first debut win. As for the NXT Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, by the way, I'll get you guys to that for sure. I'll get you also the fact that Trendy Rodman is number 2 in the 2020 NWSL draft, and Emily Fox was number 1. And that will be all. And Miz is going to be entering the Royal Rumble this year. That's all there is for that. And the Galaxy Unpacked. By the way, tell you some of the materials that were listed there, and the charges for Clee Keller. He was charged for the for being rioting at the U.S. Capitol raid. But he was one of the rioters that was involved in the U.S. Capitol raid last week. Get you guys to that for sure. And that's all there is you need to know on that, everybody. First things first, I'm going to get you guys the big storyline that addressed yesterday that he was been traded to the Nets. By the way, this is part of a 4-team trade offer. By the way, this involves the Pacers. It involves the Cavs. Caris Levert going to the Pacers for Victor Oladipo, Jarrett Allen, and Taurean Prince. By the way, they will be going to the Cavs. Dante Exum and Rodions Kurucs. By the way, they go to the Rockets. Houston got 3 unprotected first-round picks in 2022, 24, and 26 in the offer. Plus, pick swaps are going to be in 2020 this year. In 2021 this year, 2023, 2025, and 27. The Rockets, they also pick from the Bucks. And ladies and gents, I'll tell you this, guys. This is a massive off. This is a massive move. He has, however, been in pursuit of going to the Nets. And obviously, guys, which granted, this actually means that the Nets right now contenders to these to come to playoffs. They're legit contenders to the NBA Finals. I mean, no speaking about that, everybody. They may likely win the Eastern Conference. I can tell you that. But they're gonna be taking on guys such as like Greek Freak, and you got the Sixers, Joel Embiid. You got them in the mix-up. Even Jason Tatum, they can take on guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They can even take on guys such as Raptors as well. But oh my goodness, I gotta tell you that is a massive, massive move. Because this is rumbling from James Harden. He says, this isn't good enough for me anymore. I don't want to be with the Rockets no more. I want to be with the team that's going to help me get to the play. I want to be with the team I've been to playoff appearances. I want to be with the team that's going to help me get to the NBA Finals, by the way. None of 2 guys are going to get there. Or I want to be with guys that have won 2 titles, that won titles of their own. But I want to win one with them as well. So James Harden is doing exactly what he had to do. This is James Harden, doing what's got to be done, because James Harden, like it or not, his tenure with the Rockets is ended. And honestly, I mean, it would have been surprising if he was with the Knicks. I mean, if he got traded to the Knicks, but even though it could have ensued, but that's just not going to happen. It wouldn't work. I mean, James Harden went to the Knicks, that would be good, and then he could help the Knicks become legit contenders. The Nets right now are completely dangerous as they ever been their whole life. I mean, you got KD in there, you got James Harden now, the newest in the mix, and you got DeAndre Jordan in that matchup. You even got possibly Kyrie Irving, who hasn't been returning since because a video of him servicing, of him going massive at a family party, by the way, at family gathering party, by the way, that's not looking good for him. Now they could find James. They could, however, find Kyrie Irving for that, nor the fact that if he may have violated COVID protocols. But that's that question right there that's going to remain. So as far as James Harden goes, the offer has not been signed yet. I can tell you that. Once it is, he'll be in there, and that's the best news yet. I can tell you that. So honestly, this is music to everybody's ears. The Nets are going to make a whole lot of noise, everybody. Durantula and James Harden reuniting once again. My goodness, I'll tell you this right now. James Harden, he's there to save the Nets. That's the best news. That's the best thing I can say, everybody. A new big three for the Nets. I mean, yes, Durantula, he may have been with stupid Steph and Klay Thompson, but Durantula, James Harden, and Kyrie, way better. Those other big three of either those round pieces of trash of, stupid Steph, stupid Klay Thompson, and stupid Draymond Green. They're a way better trio than they were than them. I'll tell you that. Durantula made a good decision going. And then James Harden, he's in KD's shoes now, but he's reuniting with them. He really is. And I can tell you this, that the Nets right now, he's in the Eastern Conference. And make no mistake about this, everybody. The Nets are going to be legit contenders, and they're going to be right now one of the teams to beat. And honestly, both Durant and James Harden are both MVPs. They are. And you can say whatever you want, guys, but see, at the end of the day, James Harden and Durant, and even DeAndre Jordan, by then, possibly KD, possibly Kyrie, are going to be legit threat. I can tell you, they're going to be legit threat. They're going to be forced to reckon with here, ladies and gentlemen. They really are. So, man, folks, you can say what you want, but at the end of the day, they may walk out with the Eastern Conference Finals in their hands, and they can walk out. They may be the team that's going to be team to beat. And they're a new threat right now. They're a new looming threat. We all know that. We get James Harden in the mix. So, my goodness. James Harden, KD, possibly Kyrie coming back if necessary. Meets everybody's ears, which it is. They can say what you want. But this is the best news yet. Best news yet, everybody. So, I look forward to seeing big things from James Harden, by the way. I hope he stays where he's at. And this is the best news yet. So, honestly, this is surprising news right there. And don't know how much the offer was, the mega offer was, but it's like best. It's best thing that James Harden's ever done, because he's been in pursuit of going to Nets this whole entire time. And people, the wait's already over, guys. James Harden's on the Nets now, and the Nets are legitimate contenders to the NBA playoffs, Eastern Conference playoffs, nor the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, they could possibly win the Eastern Conference Finals, but would I see them go to reach the NBA Finals? I mean, they could do so, but do I see them winning the NBA Finals? Not a chance. I think it's safe to say that the Nets right now, with KD and James Harden, are going to be a force to reckon with here, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking at a new limit threat in these accounts right now. That's going to make a lot of noise. We're looking at a new threat right now that's going to cause some collateral damage. And I can tell you this. I know if Kyrie is going to come back. I'm not sure what he's thinking right now. He's got to be beside himself, and he's thinking, what has happened? So what does KD think? He says, we just got to wait till the offer's made. So KD honestly likes the decision. He really does. James Harden, his former stablemate of his, coming in, reuniting. That's the best news yet. So honestly, say what you want, guys. That was best moment that James Harden didn't forget, and this is all there is to it, everybody. So that's all you need to know, everybody. Also, there's just another news I want to get into, by the way. Urban Meyer and the Jags are in talks to finalize an offer for new coaching opportunity And even though that Urban Meyer is arguably one of the winningest coaches in college football history, he's like titles with Florida. He's had titles even Utah as well, Utah State, and Ohio State as well. And he's retired for sure. But him being in pursuit of going to be the new Jags coach, best decision yet. And if the number one pick in the 2020 NFL draft happens to be either Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, my goodness. I'll say this, that perhaps the Jags could be a legitimate threat. I can tell you that. And that's going to be the best news yet. I can tell you that. If Urban Meyer signs that offer to be the new coach for the Jags by tonight, by tomorrow, or this week, next week, guys, that's all there is, everybody. And that's the best news yet. So you can say what you want, everybody. But this is gonna change history itself, everybody. That's all there is to once. Hey, now he's never coached an NFL team, but this is the first time that Urban Meyer will coach a football team, NFL team since. And this is the best news yet, everybody. So he knows retired, by the way. Best news yet. So that's all there is to it. You know everybody on that. So Urban Meyer and Jags are trying to finalize an offer. Aaron talks to finalize an offer to have Urban Meyer to be the new coach, by the way. That's all there is you need to know on that, everybody. So the offer's made, I'll let you guys know ahead of time. That's all there's you need to know, everybody. Also, I want to get into, by the way, the Nets had defeated the Knicks 116-109. KD had 26 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks. Julius Randle had 30 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. RJ Barrett had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Immanuel Quickley had 19 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Everybody, tell us for that. Also, you have the Lakers defeating the Thunder 120-99. LeBron James scored 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. Montrezl Harrell had 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 block. 83 scored 18 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Dennis Schroeder had 14 points, 5 rebounds, and assists, 1 steal. KCP had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and steal. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. All this for that, and that's Lakers are still going to do it, and that's, I mean, LeBron James is going to be asking, how is he going to react to this? How is the Greek Freak going to react to this? And are they worried right now? I think they should be worried. So that's all there is for that. Concerning James Harden goes to Nets, by the way, that's all there is for that. Also, another news I want to get into, by the way, that Bucks defeated the Pistons 110-101. The Great Freak scored 22. Drew Holiday had 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. Chris Middleton had scored 12 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. 6 assists, 1 steal, and block. Jeremy Grant scored 22 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and a block, 2 steals. BG Blake Griffin had scored 12 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, everybody. All this for Chris Middleton scored 12 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and a block. Best news yet there, and that's all there's for that, everybody. So this is really big. I'll tell you that. Also, Clips defeat the Pels 111-106. Bloody Killer Kawhi Leonard scored 28 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. PG scored 27 points, 6 rebounds and assists, 1 block. Serge Ibaka had 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and blocks. Patrick Beverley scored 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, steals, and blocks. Nikhil Alexander Walker scored 37 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and steals. Brandon Ingram scored 22 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. And that's all there is for that, everybody. So that's the best news yet there. And honestly, I'm surprised by this. So that's all there is. You need to know, everybody. And yep, very surprising to me. So yep, that's all there is for that. And I'm honestly looking forward to it. So yep. Let's see. Be right back. Be right back, everybody. Be right back. All right, gotta hurry up here. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, all right. Where was I? So I was saying here. All right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So as I was saying, right here, that former Olympic gold medalist, two-time Olympic gold medalist by the name of Kelly. He has been charged for the U.S. Capitol raid, the riots at the U.S. Capitol rioting last week. He was charged for obstructing justice, law enforcement, knowingly entering or remaining in the restricted building or grounds without lawful authority, violent entry, and disorderly conduct. By the way, so if he's convicted of this, he will get jail time for the rest of his life. Now he was involved in the U.S. Capitol raid last week. By the way, there's repercussions he's gonna face. So really, he's in trouble right now. So that's not looking good for him. His future's not looking good, and that's that, everybody. So, in other words, what you got? Other news I want to get into, by the way, that the Mavs defeat the Hornets 104-93. Luka Doncic scored 34 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks. Tim Hardaway Jr. scored 18 points, 2 rebounds, and steals. There is this. Chris Porzingis scored 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Terry Rozier scored 18 points, 6 rebounds, 1 steal. And Hayward scored 16 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and block. PJ Washington scored 16 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Everybody, that's all there is you need to know on that. The Blazers defeated the Kings 132-126. Dames and Dodge. Damian Lillard scored 40 points, 13 assists, 3 steals. CJ McCollum scored 29 points, 6 rebounds, and assists, 1 steal. Buddy Hield scored 26 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Best dudes yet there, and that's all there is you need to know, everybody. So that's all there is. Also, since that Trinity Rodman went number 2 in the 2021 NWSL draft, while Emily Fox went number 1. And honestly, that's not looking good there. I can tell you that much. So that's not looking good there. Also, we're just because with the fact that the Samsung Galaxy unpacked, by the way. So Galaxy, there's the Galaxy S21 and S21 Plus 5G, the Galaxy Buds Pro, Galaxy Smart Tab travel adapter, 9W fast wireless charger, and a S-View cover and an LED wallet cover, and that's just yet there. I can tell you that. And they look new and improved. You can check out Samsung's unpacked event, by the way, guys. Check that out. And that's all there's you need to know. What are your thoughts about that? Also, I want to talk to you guys about the AEW New Year's Smash Night 2 results, everybody. So you had Night 2 results. You had Pac defeating Eddie Kingston. And after that match, Pac puts the Brutalizer on Kingston, by the way. The Butcher and the Blade get in the ring. They're trying to get Pac off. But then Penta and Phoenix come right in, and they attack each. And then Penta and Phoenix, they would both attack the Butcher and the Blade. Lance Archer comes right in. They attack each other. And then Lance Archer comes right in and storms to the ring, having Kingston's group get out of the ring. Miro defeats Chuck Taylor, and Chuck Taylor is the new Miro, is now Miro's butler. For the wedding, by the way, for Penelope Ford and Kip Sapien. Inner Circle's New Year's 2020 resolutions. Next week, it's going to be MJF and Y2J Chris Jericho taking on Santana and Ortiz and Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager, by the way. Resolutions, by the way, for, I think, Jake Hager championships, titles, and then I think Ortiz had like favorite soup, by the way, favorite dish, I can tell you. And then MJF trying to strengthen the group, by the way. And then Guevara trying to like strengthen, and Guevara trying to like figure out MJF's cool or not. MJF thinks Guevara's cool. That's the best as yet. And then they go to tag teams. So next week it's going to be MJF and watching Chris Jericho taking on Santana and Ortiz, taking on Hager and Guevara next week, guys. Dollars for that. Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers, they defeated the Varsity Blondes and Danny Limelight, by the way. After that, John Moxley storms the ring attacking Kenny Omega. The Good Brothers were coming in, and John Moxley fend out the Good Brothers, but the numbers game was catching up. Penta and Phoenix came right in. They would attack. They would even the outs by attacking the Good Brothers, by the way. And then all hell broke loose to the tag team division. So the Young Bucks, they would come out to ease up Mox, telling him to just try to toss some sense right into him. Penta and Phoenix, they would super kick the Young Bucks, by the way. Cody's a special guest on Britt Baker DMD's The Waiting Room, by the way. And another guest comes out, Jay Cargill. Things don't look good there. Red Velvet comes out and brawls with Jay Cargill. What happens after that? During that segment, Britt Baker is going to be facing Thunder Rosa at Beach Bash February 3rd. Others for that, and that's the message yet there. FTR defeats Jurassic Express. Serena Deeb retains her NW Women's title, and then Darby Allin retains the AEW TNT title against Brian Cage. Sting stares at Darby Allin. Cage heads out, but he gets attacked by Sting, and he attacks Ricky Starks, by the way. That's just it. Those legends are your AEW New Year's Smash Night 2 results, everybody. That's all there is you need to know on that, everybody. So that's all there is you need to know. Also, other news that you guys know MSK, right? They're the new tag team that got a big win last night at they had a big win last night at the Dusty Cup, by the way. At the Dusty Cup. So that's all there is for that. They did them. So Wes Lee and Nash Carter, formerly known as the Rascals, of Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz. Wesley and Nash Carter, known as MSK now. Isaiah Starks got and Jake Atlas in the Dusty Road Satin Classic. It was absolutely amazing. If my vote had to be on one of these guys, on anyone in Dusty Road Satin Classic, I would go with them. I would say Wesley Nash Carter. That's who's yet there. But they did pretty good. They're gonna make a lot of noise. They can make a lot of noise, be the next NXT Tag Team Champs. I can tell you that. I mean, unless they win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team, unless they win the Dusty Cup, by the way. That's all there is for that, everybody. So that's pretty much a good news, right? So that's all there is you need to know on that, everybody. And even though Wesley Nash, they're gonna make a whole lot of noise. I can see them as future NXT Tag Team Champs. It's the best news you get there. That's all there is for that. But I would still have Undisputed Era walking out yet again when the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic and walking out as champions yet again. That's all there is for that. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's the best news you get there. I can tell you though. So it's always also it's just the women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. That's gonna be this week. Shotzi Blackheart teams up with Ember Moon, Candice LeRae teams up with Indy Hartwell. You will see Toni Storm, Mercedes Martinez, Case Canizaro's birthday's today. She teams up with Kaden Carter as well. And that's all there is for that, everybody. So, and probably you might see Dakota Kai team up with Raquel Gonzalez. But Raquel Gonzalez got her hands full with the NXT Women's title, by the way, that Io Shirai has. So that's all there is for that, everybody, on that. And I'm looking forward to that. So best is yet there. And I'm honestly looking forward to it. So everyone's the first ever women's NXT Dusty Rhodes Tag Team, Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic next week. Whoever advances, by the way, wins the first ever NXT Women's Tag Team Classic, and then they go on to get a women's tag team title opportunity. They get an opportunity for the women's tag team titles, by the way. That's all there is you need to know that, everybody, and that's what you need to know. So best news yet there, and I'm honestly looking forward to that. That's best news yet there, I can tell you that. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, ladies and gents, want to wish send birthday wishes out to LL Cool J, Carl Weathers, Emily Watson, Jason Bateman, Jordan Ladd, Slick Rick, Casey Cannizzaro, Matt Riddle, Evelyn Braxton, Greg Gustin, The Flash, Jim Duggan, Soprano, Janine Mason, Akeem Nicks, Vinnie Jackson, Aaron Brooks, Tatum Miranda, Angela Linval, and Cap One. So send your birthday wishes, your birthday shows, your birthday tweets to them, everybody. That's all you guys have to do just for now. And that's all there is to everybody. Send your birthday wishes, your birthday shouts to birthday tweets, LL Cool J, Matt Riddle, Case like Rick. Be sure you do so on that, everybody. No, that's all there's need to do. So that's just Also, another is that Miz will be in the 2021 Men's Royal Rumble. By the way, that's all you guys need to know on that, everybody. That's news. Yeah, he's still missing some money in the bank, by the way. But yeah, you don't disappoint. I can tell you that right now. So that's all there is you need to know, everybody. That's the best news yet there, I can tell you. So yep. Like I was looking forward to that. And I'm honestly, this is the best news yet I can tell you though. So that's all there's you need to know, everybody. Be sure to catch no time I want to get to. Be sure to catch Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill pay-per-view this Saturday. By the way, everybody, that's all you guys need to do just for now. Best. Also, this week you will see the AFC NFC divisional playoff games. By the way. Oh, sorry. Someone told me that trade Kyrie. That's interesting. I would say, I could say, trade another time. I'm gonna get back to the whole James Harden ish going to the Nets. So someone told me that, trade Kyrie Irving. I could say he needs to retire. If James Harden, James Harden wants the Nets now, but it was for the player traded for will be able to. But I gotta tell you, if Kyrie Irving does not show up, by the way, he may consider, wanting out the Nets. That happens. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It would be. It was pretty insane, though, for sure. I can tell you that. Someone told me that trade Kyrie Irving. The Nets should trade Kyrie Irving. My response to that would be, which would be really good. I can tell you that. That could happen. There may not be a big three in the Nets, Now, you could say that James Harden and KD were the favorites. Or just retire. So honestly, it would be actually, something? Kyrie Irving, I'm not sure he's going to come back. So I mean, he was being investigated for the video that surfaced this past week of him. Yeah, what I think someone told me Kyrie didn't like being number 2 to LeBron James, and you think he's going to be happy being number 3? I think, yeah. I think Kyrie Irving's going to be happy. I think whenever Kyrie Irving comes back, if he comes back, I think Kyrie Irving's going to be happy that James Harden's there with the Nets now, but they have to finalize the offer to do so. So my response to this, I think he's going to come back. I believe that Kyrie is going to come back. I believe that Kyrie is going to come back. I mean, he's still going to get fined and possibly get a fine on his hands. Wait. This is a good one. This is a good one right here. Kyrie Irving to the Knicks. Can you imagine? If Kyrie Irving got traded, by the way, by this week, went to Nets for Obi Toppin? Oh my goodness. So if Obi Toppins was getting traded, by the way, and Kyrie Irving went to the Knicks, that would be pretty good. RJ Barrett and Kyrie Irving, that would be pretty big. I'll tell you that. But if it was James Harden going to the Knicks, I mean, that could have happened too. But that's not going to. I mean, they got Julius Randle. I mean, Julius Randle's doing pretty good. Scored 30 points in the game. I think it's going to be. I think, yeah, someone's telling me that Julius Randle, Obi Toppins for Kyrie Irving. I mean, does Kyrie Irving have any interest going to the Knicks? I could tell you though that Kyrie Irving could be coming back to the Nets. So I mean, this seems to me like there's a possible big 3 here. So I mean, either you're going to see a big 3 of KD, Durantula, and possibly Kyrie whenever he comes back, or you may as well see. Or you may see Kyrie Irving get himself traded. By the way, I can tell you that. So if Kyrie Irving considered going to the Knicks, I mean that could have happened, but hope he's doing okay. I hope Kyrie Irving is okay for once, and nothing happened for sure. I can tell you that. So honestly, I don't know what's keeping Kyrie Irving waiting. By the way, I mean, yeah, you could have said, yeah, could have gone to the Knicks. That would, I mean, that if it was the Knicks, that would be a whole that story right there. I mean, Knicks would become legit contenders, but I can tell you that. The Knicks haven't been to the playoffs since at all. So I would be surprised if Kyrie Irving got himself traded. If Kyrie Irving didn't come back, this will tell you. And this could tell you that Kyrie Irving may be in pursuit of going to the Nets. I can tell you that right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Kyrie Irving's with the Nets or going to the Knicks. But I got to tell you right now, someone tells me picture Nets versus the Knicks first round if Kyrie was on the Knicks. I mean, you actually know something. Although this will surprise a lot of people, if Kyrie Irving was going to come back to the Nets, and next thing you know, considers going to the Knicks, this can tell you something right here. So basically, if Kyrie Irving won out the Nets, he may be on his way of going to the Knicks. I'm not sure what Kyrie was up to, by the way. Now, even though he's being investigated for the video footage of him going masters at some family gathering party, by the way. So if Kyrie Irving, I mean, it would be surprised if Kyrie Irving did go to the Knicks, by the way, which could have happened a whole lot sooner. But I got to tell you this. Kyrie Irving, I mean, either it's going to be, you might see a big three and, KD, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving possibly coming back, or you may see Kyrie Irving jump ship to the Knicks and helping the Knicks become legit. I mean, that could work. You're right on one thing. If Kyrie Irving did get traded to the Knicks, that could happen. But if he didn't, that's unless he didn't come back. But if Kyrie Irving came back, then there's still gonna be a big three. So I just don't know why, just don't know why Kyrie Irving's not gonna come back. And I don't know I'm not sure how it's gonna feel about James Harden coming to the Nets. I mean, yes, James Harden and KD, they're both former stablemates with the Thunder. So I can tell you that though. But if Kyrie Irving came back to the Nets, well, he needs to get his that together because he can COVID test for sure. I can tell you that. So honestly, this could tell you this would be a big surprise. But honestly, I would say I would. Yeah, huge surprise, making the Knicks legit contenders. And that could ensue. So honestly, if Kyrie Irving did in fact go there, oh my goodness, I would say that's only unless he didn't come back to the Nets. I'm not sure what's going on with Kyrie Irving right now, but he needs to get that together. And I don't know, not sure what because he's going to face. So honestly, for him, I think it's safe to say that Kyrie Irving could in fact not show up to the Nets, and then change. And then next thing you know, it just changes his mind and just says, I got things I got to do, and I think I should just go to the Knicks. I mean, I think this team needs help. But if Kyrie Irving was in that position, would you really want to see Kyrie Irving go to the Knicks? Would you really want to see, or would you want to see the big three and KD, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving coming back, or would you want to see Kyrie Irving go to the Knicks? That's the question we're asking ourselves here, everybody. I think we got to realize that James Harden's doing what he's got to do, and if Kyrie does come back and wants to comment on James Harden coming to the Nets, that's fine. But how's it going to take it? You have to ask yourself, how is Kyrie Irving going to take it? How will KD take it? KD's got to be in a good mood right now. But is Kyrie Irving in a good mood? Let me know for sure exactly on that. Yeah. Actually, you know something? I mean, did the Nets really need? I mean, did the Nets? Yeah, I would say I would say KD and Harden for this one, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing right here. KD and James Harden are both MVPs. I'll tell you that much. Former MVPs, if you will. So you could say that even though KD won out the Warriors for good, even though the Warriors are trash, I mean, they already had Steph, Clay, Draymond, and KD. But now they got KD, James Harden. Yeah, I mean, first you had KD and Kyrie. Now you got James Harden in the mix now. This is a different story. So I could say that both these MVPs could, in fact, be making a huge splash. So I'm honestly surprised by this. I can tell you that. This surprised a lot of people. Honestly, guys, would you want to see the Nets, by the way? Would you want to see the Nets, by the way? You want to see the Nets, by the way, when the Eastern Conference Finals? Let me know in the comment section about that. And honestly, at least personally to me, I can tell you that. So to answer your question right here, KD and Harden, they're probably the best tandem right now. I can tell you that. The question is Kyrie Irving going to come back? Will he come back? And what is he going to say about James Harden going to the Nets? And how's he going to take it, though? Oh, wow. If Kyrie Irving got traded to the Nets, if Kyrie Irving went out of the Nets, oh, wow. Okay, all right. Say, perhaps, I'd say Bradley Beal. Actually, I would say Bradley Beal. I mean, he scored 40 points in the game. I think he had like 60 points in the game once. But my goodness, he's unstoppable. I'll tell you that. He's really good at what he does, but oh my goodness. I gotta tell you, that would be must see. That would be must watch. If Kyrie Irving wanted out of the Nets, if he decided not to come back to the Nets, it's gonna tell you a different story. Because if Kyrie Irving was leaving the Nets, by the way, for good, and it shows you whether or not if he wants to be with the Nets anymore, or whether or not he has no interest being there, like you gotta ask yourself exactly what is Kyrie Irving gonna do? Is he gonna come back to the Nets, or is he gonna say, you know what, I'm done being with the Nets. I wanna, I mean, come on, they're both. He's won an NBA title with LeBron James. We all know Kyrie was winning an NBA title with LeBron James and K Love. We all know that was when the Cavs. That was when they were with the Cavs. We all know that for sure. So those are if Lamarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan and Patty Mills went. My pick would have been Lamarcus Aldridge for this one. I could tell you that. So I think it's safe to say that Lamarcus Aldridge would have interest going there. I could tell you that much. So honestly, I would be surprised. Lamarcus Aldridge did in fact go to the. So if Kyrie Irving went to the Spurs, that would be legit. But I can tell you that. So if Kyrie Irving went to either to the Knicks
the Spurs, the Bulls, I guess. You can say that. But if he wants to go there, that's fine. It's fine. But honestly, I'd be surprised if he went there. I could tell you, I'd be surprised if he went there. So honestly, I'm looking forward to that. I think it's safe to say that he's going to do what he's got to do. So he's going to make this right. And if Kyrie Irving wants to stay, if he wants to come back with the Nets, even stays with the Nets, that's fine. And be a big three. But honestly, I would still this would tell you that the Nets are dangerous there. This is going to tell you that the Nets right now are a legitimate threat. It's going to be a big three for the Nets or no big three for the Nets. I can tell you that. So honestly, guys, it's surprising to me this is going to ensue. We all knew that somewhere down the road that James Harden's going to get what his wish granted. We all knew that for sure. Because first he's been pursuing going to the Nets. Now he's got his wish granted of him going to the Nets, which you all know for sure. Now the offer's got to be finalized. So that's what your thoughts on that. I'll be right back, guys.
Right back. All right, sorry guys, where was I? All right, as I was saying, I'm saying, someone tell me Kyrie doesn't want to be a Bosch. He's gonna blow it up. So Kyrie Irving, by the way, but if he announces his retirement, either Kyrie Irving's going to come back to the Nets, or you think what's going to occur, either he's going to get traded to the Knicks, trade to the Bulls, or anywhere, or retire, or considering, or maybe it's not it. Or maybe he's going to announce his retirement, by the way. But if he does so on that, well, that's it for Kyrie Irving. This is it for Kyrie Irving. So I would say that Kyrie Irving, would in fact have some sort of, interest. So all right. So the GM here, it says that Sean Marks, he says that he spoke with Kyrie Irving, and he knows he's excited about Kyrie Irving coming back. The real question is, will he really come back to the Nets?
I mean, it's got nothing to do with James Harden going to the Nets. I can tell you that. And then this is separate from the other. This is personal issues, but I can tell you that. So honestly, I could tell you though that I could tell you that the Nets, Kyrie Irving, he's furious with the Nets. By the way, I can tell you that. And honestly, I don't know if, in fact, that Kyrie Irving's gonna come back, or maybe just not consider coming back to the Nets at all. I can tell you that. One or the other. So honestly, I don't think I could ever work. And really, guys, I think it's just safe to say that Kyrie Irving I mean, he's probably infuriated with the Nets right now, and it's got nothing to do with James Harden going to the Nets. I can tell you that. And there's like literally no jealous. And I want to make something very clear. Kyrie Irving isn't jealous of James Harden going to the Nets. I can tell you that. He's not. He's really not. So, really, guys, really, folks, I would be surprised if Kyrie Irving considers either him getting traded, wanting out of the Nets, or him just retiring from the Nets, from NBA. But clearly, Kyrie Irving, by the way, he may consider, retiring by then. If he does so by this week or next week, oh my. That will be it for Kyrie Irving. That will be it. And how better shoot? You can say that Kyrie is a better shooter than KD is. Nor James Harden is. How is he going to feel? So how is he going to feel? You can ask yourself, how will Kyrie Irving feel about James Harden going to the Knicks? And can they get on the same page and be in pursuit? Now, I can tell you this, the Nets are going to be in pursuit of going to the NBA playoffs. I can tell you, they're a playoff team, I can tell you that much. But could you see them go to the NBA Finals? New faction. This new nefarious faction could begin to punch again. Honestly, it's surprising to me, guys. And honestly, folks, you can say what you want, but see, at the end of the day, you gotta know firsthand that that Kyrie Irving is gonna do what he's gotta do. And even though Kyrie Irving may have an ultimatum on his hands. Either he's gonna come back to the Nets, or it's gonna be him saying something regarding James Harden goes to the Nets, by the way, held the team, gets to the playoffs. I mean, yes, you see the Nets right now are a playoff team, which you can say that the Nets are going to make it to win the Eastern Conference Finals, which they could. You can say that the Nets can make it to the NBA Finals, nor win one. But what I would tell you though, the Nets, even if they do make it to the NBA Finals, they're not going to win it. They can't win it. It would be impossible. It would be very impossible to see the Nets win the NBA Finals. I can tell you that. There's absolutely no way, no how that's not going to. I can tell you that. I mean, yes, KD and Kyrie Irving, they're both former NBA champs. James Harden, on the flip side, has never been NBA champion throughout his career. I can tell you that right now. And someone tells me that Kyrie is taking more shots than KD Westbrook 2.0, but Kyrie Irving, what's he done? Made more shots. now he's on the brink. Now he's being investigated for that video footage of him, going massive at some family gathering party, by the way, and he may have violated test COVID protocols, which he may have done, but needs to say that he may be getting fined and probably get suspended for that. But honestly, for him, I'm not sure what's going to keep him. But I hope he's doing okay for once. I hope he is, because he needs to all the help he's going to get. I can tell you that right now, everybody. And honestly, I hope he's coming back. I hope he does, because if he considers change his mind, by the way, of going to, getting traded, by the way, nor just making his announcement. I mean, Kyrie Irving could have an announcement on his hands, which he might, either him get traded or just retires, by the way. That's from the NBA. That's what he's got to do. So Kyrie's got an ultimatum that he has to make. And I'm not sure the ultimatum is, but it's going to cost him deal. I can tell you that right now, everybody. And honestly, it seems that Kyrie is going to do just that. And one of these things, it's going to, so I can tell you that, everybody, on that. So regardless of what happens to Kyrie Irving, what his future is with the NBA, I'll tell you that, bro. And hopefully he's doing okay. Hope his family members and his fans are doing okay. And that's all I can say on that, everybody. And that's all there's to it. Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it right there for the Clubhouse Sports Report. Like, subscribe to the Clubhouse Sports Report YouTube channel and Facebook page by any and all means necessary. Be sure you send me your comments, your tweets, your reactions, your thoughts on James Harden goes to the Nets, by the way. What are your thoughts about this big three with the Nets? Let me know what's in the comment section. Do you think the Nets are going to make the NBA Finals? Do you think the Nets are going to win the NBA Finals? Let me know what's in the comment section down below with the big three in session. If Kyrie Irving comes back, by the way, or if you think that, if Kyrie Irving considers wanting out of the Nets, let me know for sure in the comment section down below. If you always consider getting traded, let me know for sure about that. I'll be willing to address response to everybody. What else in the AEW New Year's Smash Night 2 results? Let me know for sure in the comment section down below. I'll just respond to that. What are your thoughts on NXT's MSK of Wesley and Nash Carter, by the way? What are your thoughts about them winning the first round of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, by the way? Beating Isaiah Swerve Scott and Jake Atlas. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Now, just you got them as favorites. Win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Let me know about that for sure. I'll just win the Dusty Cup. Let me know for sure in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on the women's Dusty Cup, Tag Team Dusty Cup, Tag Team? What are your thoughts on the women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic next week? By the way, what are your thoughts about that? Who do you think is going to win it? I'll just respond to sure by that as well. I'll get you guys to that. With us, Urban Meyer and the Jags finalizing an offer being in talks, by the way, to finalize an offer to have Urban Meyer to be the new coach for the Jags. Let me know in the comments. I'll just find out. Sure, you think the number one pick is going to be either Trevor Lawrence or is it going to be Justin Fields? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll just find out. Sure, everybody, and that as well. That's all I can say, everybody. So your brother wishes out to L Cool J, to Akeem Nicks, to Vinny Jackson, Casey Cannizzaro, Emily Watson, Carl Weathers, Evelyn Braxton, Janine Mason, all the others. Send your birthday wish out to them. Birthday shows, birthday tweets, everybody. That's all you got to do, everybody. Your thoughts on the Miz in 2020 Battle Royal Rumble, by the way. We talked about that. I'll just want to share everybody as well. He loves a Trinity Rodman going number 2 in the 2021 NWSL draft, and instead having Emily Fox being the 2021 going number 1 in the 2020 NWSL draft. We talked about that. Also, this though, guys. That what's gonna have here? Also, this thing. I want to get you guys to this. There's a Mickey Mantle baseball card. Shares the highest selling sport. This was the highest selling sports card for a 5.2 mil. I can tell you that. It's a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle PSA 9 grading from 1 to 10. That's all there is for that. It's a huge selling card, by the way. So you guys want to get that card? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll just want the shirt, buddy. Your thoughts on the Galaxy Unpacked? By the way, we talked about that event. Thoughts on the Lakers defeating the Thunder 120-99. We talked about that just a minute. You think that Kyrie Irving's going to come back to Nets, by the way, or you think that Kyrie's going to get traded, or him going to announce his retirement? What do you thoughts about that? Let me know in the comment section down below. I will just spell the shirt, and that's all I can say on that for sure. That's all there is to it for that. Yeah, that's all I can say. Updates and Winkstones and a whole lot more than sports, but everything sports related, and that's all that you need to know. Everybody, so take care, everybody. You guys have a good day. Please be safe out there. Bye bye.